I'm not the first to point this out, but two of the most prominent atheists of our time, Richard Dawkins and the late Christopher Hitchens, both seem to have a blind spot when it comes to morality. Religious people have always grounded their morality in God. Morality without God would be only subjectively true to a particular person or culture at a certain moment in history. A belief in God allows for an objective morality, in the sense that bad behavior such as stealing, lying, and murdering is wrong and will always be wrong regardless of what people think. And so from a believer's perspective, it seems quite reasonable to wonder, well, where does an atheist get his morals from? I get mine from God, but in his absence, can there be a definite way of telling right from wrong? There are two different responses Christopher Hitchens tends to give when confronted with this question, but both are equally misguided. One response he gives is that such a question should be considered offensive, as it suggests that we wouldn't know how to tell right from wrong without the instructions of an ancient book, that we wouldn't know not to murder and rape if we weren't supernaturally guided, is insulting to our humanity.
Don't believe in the rest of it, don't believe in the prophets, don't believe in the mountaintop, don't believe in the revelation. Well, nor should you. But how dare you suggest to us that we couldn't teach our children self-restraint and respect for others and the golden rule? How dare you?
This seems to me to be a diversion tactic, as it doesn't actually answer the question. Just as a reminder, the question is, how can an atheist justify his morality? Not, can an atheist behave morally? Instead, Christopher Hitchens pretends as if that is what's being implied. But sometimes he takes a different approach and says evolution has given us the tools to differentiate right from wrong. Just as evolution gave us 5 fingers on each hand, it also equipped us with large brains that are able to instinctively value fairness and caring for others. He points to other social animals like chimpanzees, who also seem to have a rudimentary sense of morality, all without the belief in God.
If you didn't believe in God, how would you know what was good and what wasn't? Take the simplest case of what I believe is innate, our instinct for our children. You don't have to be a parent to have this. You see a child trying to rush into the traffic. If you're not a parent, something tells you what you probably ought to be doing about it. The care and love and protection of children is instinct in us, in fact in many other species too that don't claim to be divinely ordered around.
Again, this doesn't actually answer the question. Saying that we instinctively know how to be moral is not actually a justification for that morality. If our moral beliefs are simply a product of the random process of evolution, the belief that rape is wrong is just as arbitrary as the fact that we developed 5 fingers instead of 6. The YouTuber OConnor has pointed this out before, and he's very sensitive to this difficulty of grounding morality on an atheistic worldview. So in an interview with Richard Dawkins, he brings up this topic, trying to find out if he's willing to concede that on atheism, morality is purely subjective.
Is the fact that rape is wrong as arbitrary as the fact that we have 5 fingers instead of 6?
I don't think so, because I think, once again, rape causes suffering.
But that rape causes suffering is again just an arbitrary fact of evolution. And who is to say that suffering of humans really is a bad thing? Why should the well-being of humans be valuable from an objective point of view? Alex wants to know.
Is there a good reason that we should have evolved to experience suffering in the way that we experience it?
Well, I've just said the reason for suffering is to teach the animal not to do again what it's just done. That's the only answer I have to that.
Okay, well, I suppose we can allow our listeners to make of that what they will.
So it seems Richard Dawkins ends up not seeing the problem of grounding morality. Now, I know most people might find it petty to insist upon justifying morality in this way, but Richard Dawkins and Christopher Hitchens are not most people. They have spent a significant portion of their career criticizing religious belief and religious morality. One would therefore assume that they have thought about or at least recognized the difficulty of this problem. And to simply state, well, we're moral because we have developed the capacity to be moral, is not an answer at all.